Welcome to my video. Today I'm going to be talking about how I was able to crack big tech in 2026. I feel like all the videos out there are so outdated from like 2020 or like 2019 where the hiring boom in the job market was completely different. So making this video to show not only awareness but what it takes to get a job in 2026. And if you do know me from Tina Hello World on Instagram and TikTok, welcome back. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. I'm going to be talking about career advice, how to build cool projects, and just a fun learning community. We're going to go over why and how I chose computer science and a breakdown of every year when I started coding. So that's high school and college. I'm going to be spilling everything I did that got me here, like literally. And also some imposter syndrome and motivational talks in case you're feeling like you're not smart enough for this major or need some motivate you to work harder for your goals. So I started coding in freshman year of high school. That was around 2019. I started out making HTML, CSS websites, very primitive, before ChatGPT or any AI. Then did some JavaScript on code.org, and my second and third year of high school was also the year where I self-taught myself how to code iOS app, and I was able to win an award. Took AP Computer Science Principles, AP Computer Science A, which is just Java. I would say I was pretty ambitious in high school because I really wanted to get into a good university. I went to the University of Florida. We're not that good for computer science, which is also why I want to make this video, because a lot of videos like this are always from someone who went to Stanford, MIT, Berkeley, UIUC, CMU, the top CS universities, but no one came from a university that's kind of mid for computer science. My first year of university, I treated it like my third year where I had to get an internship. I was applying everywhere for an internship. I had on my resume the iOS app I made during high school, coding tutoring experiences, retail experience, and a few websites that I was going to make, and some that I already made. I was able to find a non-profit internship that paid me $500 for the semester, and I was able to work on web dev like React backend with Node.js and some UI UX. So I think that was a perfect opportunity to get my foot into the door. This is also a reason why I think you should start really early on, because each opportunity opens a door, and in this job market is not a guarantee on how many doors you need to open to get your dream role. Plus, you make money. My first year, I sent out about 500 applications and I got 0 interviews, which is not a shocker because my resume was so bad. Also, no one hires first year, so if I had a piece of advice is put your graduating year as a second year at least, or a third year if you have the ability to graduate earlier, like any possibility. My first year, I also got involved in a lot of student org and trying to find a mentor who has accomplished my dream so I can ask them questions. This is really helpful because they're from my university, so whatever they're saying or whatever techniques they put is proven to have worked. Some of the clubs that I got involved in was Women in Computer Science Engineering, Rewriting the Code, Girls Who Code, Association of Computer Machinery, and Society of Asian Scientists and Engineers. I also did 3 hackathons. My first year, I was really trying to get projects and something on my resume that wasn't from high school. And it might seem so glamorous online, but because I overwhelmed myself so much my first year, my GPA literally dropped to a 2.87. and I was on scholarship. So I agree, that was like kind of dumb of me to do, but I really wanted to get a high-paying job out of college. So I was doing whatever, and I didn't realize how heavy those exams were on my grades. My second year, I was trying to get an internship at a more reputable, bigger company, and I was able to land one at Ultimate Kronos Group as a software engineering intern. I did this by not cold applying actually, but getting involved in a org called Society of Women Engineers, and I was able to get a referral through the club, and that got me my first interview. This company wasn't like Fang or anything, but it was such a big company that it helped me open a lot of doors to show that I'm a competent intern who had some experience already and that I was a part of a real company / internship. After I got this internship offer, I kept applying. I got interviews from Apple, Adobe, Oracle, AT&T, but I wasn't able to pass any of them other than UKG or lower tier companies because my technical interview skills were so bad. So that summer, I did 2 lead codes every single day because I refused to fail another interview ever again. Before that summer, I applied to a lot of discovery programs. An example is Procter & Gamble Standout Program, Discover something program I forgot, Liberating Mutual, Women in Tech Summit, and a few more. These not only got me flown out to the cities of their headquarters, but they gave me a final round interview for their next summer's software engineering program. So before my third year even started, I already got 5 internship offers. One from Walmart, Procter & Gamble, Ultimate Kronos Group, Liberating Mutual, and Discover. This was proof that I had something going on. Here comes my third year. I have executive positions in student clubs. Resume is all beefed up. Lead code is all done. And this year, I sent out only about 150 applications. I got interviews from Adobe, Apple, Warner Bros, Oracle, Two Sigma, Amazon, and a bunch of other companies. I landed on my offer at Apple as a software engineering intern, and that's where I was for the summer. And let me tell you, I did not take that opportunity for granted. I worked so hard throughout the whole summer, networking with a bunch of teams, working really hard on my intern project, and just doing everything I can to get that return offer, because new grad full-time job market is so much harder than the intern. So don't take that for granted and use your intern special privileges. So here comes my 4th year. I got a return offer, but before I did, I applied to a bunch of full-time places, startups, and big companies. Let me tell you, it is so hard getting a full-time interview compared to an intern, because you're literally comparing with every aspiring junior engineer. So this is people who just graduated, about to graduate, boot camp people from all around the world, and people who taught themselves how to code. So you can imagine the competition. But I still managed to get a few interviews. And now I am working as a Apple software engineer full-time in San Francisco. That's how I got to where I am. The reason why I chose CS in high school, and this might help you decide if you want to go into computer science like engineering, or you want to go into something different. So originally, I actually wanted to do pharmacy and medical field. I really was interested in AP biology, but I was also interested in computer programming. I think when I started to create my first app and it won a challenge, I was able to create something from nothing, and seeing the app like downloaded on my phone, I don't know, it triggered something in me. I think I genuinely really enjoy problem solving. I also really enjoy math and seeing like a definite answer to something or very creative ways to solve something. So if you also have that similar problem solving spark in you, I think you will really like computer science. If you like building things, like have an idea and want to see it come to life, computer science is such a great major to do this. And I know there's so many arguments outside about should you choose computer science in this AI era, and honestly, in my opinion, I think you should, because number one, just because you study computer science doesn't mean you have to go into software engineering. And number two, at the time of filming this video, AI is not good enough where it can just control everything. You still need to know coding fundamentals and also structurally what makes a good software. Even though I started coding pretty early on, I still feel a lot of imposter syndrome like every single year. Like even when I started college, I always felt that I was bad at coding because my friends would always finish projects way before me, and people were balancing things so well, better than me. Even when I started my internship, sometimes people would explain things to me and I just don't get it, or it just takes me a bit longer than other people to understand things. So naturally, I thought I was just bad at coding, but here's what I've learned. Everyone process and learn things differently. Just because you learn things a longer way doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. In fact, even when I got into Apple and these companies, I still felt like I just got lucky. And when you're in the Bay Area, if you get into FANG, it's almost like not an achievement because everyone here is like building multi-million-dollar companies. So there's always something to compare to, but the only person you should be comparing yourself to is yourself. If you put in the work, you put in the hours and study and learn the concept, there's no reason why you would not be able to do this type of computer science engineering. And let me tell you, as a post-grad, that having a CS degree and having a good job offer and all this experience, it's so worth it because you get the freedom that you've always dreamed about. And it's like 4 years of hard work for a lifetime of reward. So I remember when I was doing my CS degree, I feel like all I did was wake up, study, go to sleep. Like I would skip meals, which is bad, don't do that. Sometimes you have to sacrifice a few years to have better outcomes. So I hope this video was helpful and gave you a good insight on what it takes to get a job in 2026. And hopefully those of you who are considering if you want to major in CS or wanting to learn how to code. In the next video, I'm going to break down a roadmap on how to learn coding in 2026. I'm going to include schedule projects that you can add to your resume and other advice that will be helpful. So if you want to make sure you don't miss it, don't forget to support this growing channel and follow me on Instagram and TikToks where I post project ideas, roadmaps, and making coding very creative. Okay, bye!